for this video, guys, we're going to look at PA boot over, and this play is probably going to be the one that most people are concerned about when they play against gun bunch tight end, because of the way the crosses are very, very difficult. It really takes the user out of the play because he's got to carry over to one of those crosses the majority of the time. So what we're going to do with this play, and it's real simple, is just go ahead and put the A on a fade. That's your first really way of making it work. I'll show you additional setup here as we go, but that's really the first way. All that's going to do is really make a demand on having them carry out the Y and the B, right? Because the B is going to be your first threat. If you see that he's underneath, you can throw it to him, get yourself some easy yards, right? So that's definitely something, especially if somebody's putting anybody on a spy, and say they put this. Let me get this Y on a spy, right? Something like this. That's a very popular setup right now. And what you're going to see is, even with that, as long as you just wait for that guy to, and that guy got held up, so it's not really going to change anything. So let's just get down. What you're going to see, let me see if I can get this guy to not do that. And let's put him on a spy. And put this guy deep. You're still going to be able to hit this B route, okay? And the reason why is because of how shallow it is and how quick it gets. You're just going to wait a half a second longer, right? So if the guy doesn't really go through there, as soon as he passes that hash mark, the spy is no longer going to be effective, right? The effectiveness of it is any type of inside breaking routes over the middle, a little bit more of a depth of the route. So you're not going to have to worry about a spy in that situation. But you're going to see that you're going to have some great success with having the high-low with the Y and the B. So if they get a beat on it, then or there's pressure, throw it to the B. If not, you want to throw it to this Y, right? It's kind of a classic play. Worked really great last year. It's really a tough play to go ahead and stop. And that's the quick hike ability. All you're doing is put A on a fade and you go there. Now the second way is, if you want a little bit more protection, what you do is you put the X on a fade and you motion him to the right, okay? So in this instance, what you're going to do is really just replace those players and get the ability to have the cross block by the RB to block any blitzes from the left side, the A doing that. So if they're sending a lot of heat, then you're doing the high-low right here, cutting off the play action. You're going with the B early, or you're waiting for the Y, a little bit later. Those are your options that are really, really tough. You've got to throw the ball to the B receiver, just as a ability to make sure that you've got your player to be respected, okay? If you don't throw that, they're going to basically do their best to sit on the crossing route, and then you're going to end up not throwing it to the B, because eventually the B will get covered. The Y needs to really be manually covered for them to have the greatest success. So you want to make sure that you're not afraid to throw it to the B early in order to keep this, underneath, throw it to him, and you're basically saying, you know what, I'll take my 5 every time, adjust. That is a message you want to give to your opponent, because when you do that, then they're going to have to adjust, and that just opens up more things as you go, right? So that's basically the 1-2 punch with this play. Make sure you run it depending on what type of pressure they're sending you. If they're playing coverage, make sure that you send out the tight end. It's going to help you with, just basically making more options for you on the field. If they're not going and they're sending, contained blitzes, they're sending a lot of people, and you want to have that ability to block both sides, make sure you block your tight end, put the X on a fade, move him over, and you're going to see that that's going to beat all coverages. Been showing you against cover 2. I showed you cover 3 earlier, as you saw it, and I'll go ahead and show you cover 3 real quick. It doesn't matter what their cover 3 is, right? It could be cover 3, and it could be inverted coverage, right, where they're putting those guys in deep halves. This is a play that beats all coverages. There's really no type of defense other than manually covering it that's really going to spot it open, right? So here it is. You can see that the more you can roll out, the easier the throw is going to be. There are ways to match this and have them run, but even if they run like in a man coverage type situation, you're going to see, let me see if I can find a man coverage here. I'll do cover 1 whole press, right? It's very tough for them to run with the Y and the B, right? It's just one of those deals that, and I'll do it this way to where I'm doing this setup. So this is a great man beater as well. Even the B goes ahead and gets cross. See how he's already open. The Y's already open. You know, man and any type of matching principles are not going to stay with these players. That's why it's very, very tough for this play to be guarded, because it's the high-low. So as long as you're willing to throw it to the B receiver early in its route just to keep them honest, you're going to have a lot of success with this play.